That leads to our core concept of friction-free stickiness. So the system should not just be addressing the reservation conflict or double booking problem. It's also important to make it in a way that people feel it's naturally and intuitively to use.
Welcome to Connected FM, a podcast connecting you to the latest insights, tools, and resources to help you succeed in facility management. This podcast is brought to you by IFMA, the leading professional association for facility managers. If you are ready to grow your network and advance in your career, go to ifma.org to get started. In this episode, recorded at IFMA's World Workplace 2023, Clyde Wang, the CEO at IAdea, discusses the concept of friction-free stickiness and how FMs can create seamless and intuitive room and desk reservation systems to enhance workplace efficiency. Now, let's get into it.
Looking to step up your career game? Well, guess what? Facility Fusion is coming to Boston, Massachusetts from May 5 to 7. Facility Fusion is not just a conference. It's an immersive experience crafted for your personal and professional growth. Whether you're a seasoned facility manager or just starting in the industry, Facility Fusion has something for everyone. Dive into engaging discussions, attend hands-on workshops, and discover the latest trends that will shape the future of facility management. This is your perfect opportunity for networking with professionals in the industry and learning practical solutions to apply to your facilities. Lock in your spot now at facilityfusion.ifma.org.
Welcome, everyone. This is another episode of the Connected FM podcast. We are here at IFMA's World Workplace 2023. I'm Clyde Wang, the Technology Innovation Director of IAdea. Before we can get into our topic, let me brief you quickly on what we will be discussing today. We are zeroing on a concept called friction-free stickiness. This is essentially means creating rooms and desk reservation system so smooth and intuitive that users naturally gravitate towards them. The goal is to force a workplace where booking a space should be effortless and empowers everyone. So let's get started. The most significant challenge facility manager face in room and desk reservation. I guess everyone will be agreed. The number one challenge is nobody uses it. So a lot of facility managers brought in expensive systems into their facility, but it turns out nobody uses it. And often the problem is the solution is too difficult to use, or you need to change some sort of employee behavior, educate them, and make them get used to it before they can properly using the system. Well, as you know, a lot of corporate, they just give up a lot of the stuff. They just give up before they get used to the system because it's not easy or changing behavior, or especially to a lot of, for example, making a reservation, when you get into a meeting room. If you need to ask your employee to pull out the cell phone and check the schedule, that's a great failure because no one will take out their cell phone or open up the computer before they get into a meeting room. When they see the room is empty, they'll just walk in and take the spot. But very soon they will find out someone make the reservation, they will come and ask them to leave. And that leaves people untrust the system anymore. So whoever adopt the change that in the beginning and always make the reservation, sooner or later they will just tiresome and then do not make a reservation at all before they get into the meeting. They will just act as everybody else. So that leads this technology failure, even though the system is there, but nobody uses it. So that leads to our core concept of friction-free stickiness. So the system should not just be addressing the reservation conflict or double booking problem. It's also important to make it in a way that people feel it's naturally and intuitively to use. So when people find something easy to use, they are tend to more likely to use it from time to time, right? So taking an example of cell phone. In earlier day, the cell phone, people using just to make the call, and nobody use for work. And nowadays, the cell phone changing people's life. Like now we can really work with our cell phone. So this technology is not just a technology. It's changing people's behavior, but it's not forcing you to change it. You naturally adapt it. So it's designed in a way that people knows how to use it, just like you're born with it, right? So the technology shouldn't be just technology. It has to be a human technology. So when you come down to room reservation, this challenge, how do we overcome? Because people will need a space, especially nowadays, the flexible workplace, it's very trending. So that people often work in between home and office. When they get to the office, they always need a space for meetings because they want to meet people. They want to work with the group. The thing is, like, if they cannot make these efforts, if they cannot get a room, or like when they come to the office with a bunch of people and find out like they have no space for them to meet up, then that will be a great disappointment. So what's the solution? So our answer to this room and desk, like taking one of our successful customer example. This customer is global firm with like more than 400 offices across the globe, and they are doing room reservation and there's reservations like every day. So it's more than the 7,000 transactions every day. So if you cannot make this transaction smooth, that is a great damage to the company. So the company lose money by just letting people wasting their time fighting around to find a space that they can work. So the answer to that is the room and desk reservation. It's something that you have to put on spot. So when people walk to the room or walk to the desk, they need to know right away what is going on this spot. They need to know if someone is coming up to this place, has been taken without them doing extra work, like taking out their cell phone to check the schedule, or like open up their computer to check the whole schedule. So having something on spot is super important, so that when people get to the room, like they will see, like if they can use the room for just 15 minutes, or like a chit chat with the colleague, or the room is going to be occupied in the next 5 minutes, so they shouldn't go in at all. And also, the digital signs on spot can make people understand the situation. But the thing is, like after they utilize the space, often they do not release the resource. They do not release the room after they finish use the room. So the meeting room will be empty for quite a good time if people don't fully utilize the time that they reserve. Then that is where the IoT sensors come in place. So the IoT sensors will automatically knows if the room is being occupied or the meeting has to end early. So these sensors will be automatically making the resource freed up, or some corporate, they even want the people to be able to just walk in the room and you will just using the sensor to see someone is inside and just automatically light up the meeting room sign to show the red line, or to let people know that someone is occupied the room, so that when they make a reservation at home, they will know like this room will be used for the next 30 minutes. So these technology are very important for the employees to know the situation, and also when they need on spot, they'll be able to quickly identify which resource they can use like outside. So to summarize up, the meeting room reservation and the desk reservation become essential for nowadays the hybrid work situation. So that install a digital sign with the status light outside of the meeting room leaves people no excuse on hijacking other people's reservation, and also avoiding people interrupting your meetings. When you are in meetings, if your meeting room is not made of a glass door, people often will just open up the room and check if someone is sitting inside before they take the room. So having a sign showing that the meeting is ongoing, do not interrupt, that will not just prevent the interruption. It will also make the productivity. So people don't get interrupted, they will work better, and that they can get things done quickly and then release the room so that somebody else can use it, right? And more importantly, not everything is always as planned. So when people are in the office, slowly they need to have some meetings and they need to quickly spot a space that they need on site. Asking them to hold up the calendars, check on the cell phone, look for the room that they need, they might as well just stand up and walk with the colleague and walking on the aisle and spot the green light, which meeting room it's freed up. Then they are free to just check on the schedule on the screen. It should be just like your cell phone. They should be able to scroll through the schedule of the day and see if the room leave enough time for them to have a discussion. Then they will just make the reservation on spot and use the room. So when they are inside the meeting room, they don't need to worry that they will be asked to leave or they get interrupted at any time, because someone might just show up and ask them to leave because they made the reservation. And that would just leave a really bad impression and bad user experience for all the employees. So yeah, that comes down to topic what's friction-free stickiness, so that the system should be designed in a very human, natural way, that when you come to an office and then you are looking to collaborate with your colleagues, and when you need that, the resource should be available for you on site, on spot, and you don't need to worry about if you will be taking someone's reservation or you will be taking some places that people it's already built. Yeah, we've been assist a lot of our customers where they put in a expensive a system, but they forgot with only the software, the calendar, that is not sufficient for reservation, because the reservation you can make at home, but it turns out to find out someone took your reservation on spot. So the hardware and the software needs to be collaborative, not just the software booking system is important. Also put on spot the digital panel that shows the room status, as well as automate the entire process through IoT sensors. These are the important elements that make the entire project successful. So with all these items in spot, that will lead to higher system adaptation rate, and optimized workspace should be effortless, should be available, empowering everyone to work in the office. So thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope you walk away with actionable tips, and that will help you to make your workspace more smoother and more streamlined your workflow.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. And as always, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for more incredible content.